Good day, everyone. Ali Safi here, Safi Financial Network. After a couple of days absence, just came back. Today I feel better, so that's why I provide this video. Market in future market today was market closed, and the future market was open. So as you see here, we kind of like a broken down this bearish wedge to the downside as we expected. Market is just forming for another corrective move, I would say potentially to 57 to 5800. That's going to be the very feasible scenario for the market. So it's going to be a healthy correction. I believe that it's coming. I don't know if it's going to be war escalation or something like that. Not no idea, but technical tells me that the market is poised for another downside move, potentially for another 200 points to the downside, which is going to be a nice 3 to 5% correction. And that would be a very good scenario for buying opportunity. You see that stochastic momentum, we got a bear reversal. We are going down, and potentially we are going to see some kind of like a bull reversal down the road when we get price action confirmation around 57 to 5800. And also, if you go to weekly chart, which I'm gonna just provide you more update as well, we just got a bear reversal on a weekly chart in the stochastic momentum. However, when you see this is the second consecutive week to the downside. There is still a more downside move, could be potential the target. So it's going to be 58 to 57. So that's going to be another scenario. So based on these 2 weeks, I would say market can go all the way down to 5,700. Very, very possible scenario. So there's nothing wrong with that one. That's going to be very nice, healthy correction. Moving on to US Nasdaq 100. And here is the same scenario here. You see that the wedge is already broken down, and we may go down to 20,000 to 21,000. That's the area which is going to be top of this gap, which is going to be this breakout. There are lots of institution buyers around this area. So we may see some kind of like a good potential activity to the downside to form the bottom for another buying opportunity. Dow actually is the first one, I would say, stochastic momentum just got into oversold condition, and we may see some kind of like a more downside to confirm that this is going to be just a corrective way to 40,800 to 41,400. So that's the area that I'm looking at, and potentially we may see some kind of like a downside move is coming down the road. On the other side, gold is kind of like a forming a very choppy price action here last few days. One day positive, one day negative. If you go to daily chart here, so you see that gold is kind of like forming a doji bar here just today, and we are just waiting for more confirmation about the war escalation. However, we got pretty close to this new all-time high, but didn't get all the way to 3450. Just coming down bearish engulfing, and right now we are just forming a wedge here. So if this wedge breaks either like a downside or upside, that's going to be kind of like aggressive price action. I don't think we're going to see more downside in gold. We're going to see more kind of like upside is coming down the road, not just because of the geopolitical tensions, because we may see some kind of like a rate is coming down. I know yesterday was kind of like a Federal Reserve meeting, and they're going to just keep the rate as is, but there is a very, very I would say disappointment from Trump that he is saying about we have like I think he said we have a stupid Federal Reserve chairman in the office. So I don't know. I don't know, to be honest, but I think the yield and bond yield and everything is telling me that we are going to see a rate cut or weaker dollar. So that's going to escalate gold to the upside. Moving on to silver, which is my favorite actually precious metals these days. And we got a breakout, but last 2 days coming down. I would say still we're going to see a choppiness, but 40 to 44 is going to be my ultimate target. Remember, silver is going to be boring, but when it's getting exciting, no one can catch up with it. So just be mindful with that one. Moving on to the commodity of these days, crude. So crude, obviously, it's kind of like a give us a very nice pattern for geopolitical tensions. You see that crude is just going all the way to $77, but today it just rejected and formed a shooting star here at the top. So this is the formation that I have for crude. We may see some kind of like a downside to 66, even 67, and that would be kind of like the bottom before the next hike to $83. So if it goes to 77 and getting above this, I would say 88 is coming. Ultimately, I would say crude can have another spike this year, but I'm not sure for the next few weeks or days if Iran and Israel tensions are going to escalate. If U.S. involved with that tension or war, I should say now, um, then we can see some kind of like escalation in crude price as well. So we're gonna just keep an eye on this, but to be honest, look at this chart and see if chart tells me the escalation is gonna go higher or lower. Right now, I would say there's gonna be ease maybe before a storm. So hopefully that storm is not coming to the war end. All right, folks, I believe I covered everything. If you like this video, please smash the like button, subscribe to our channel, and may God bless Iranian innocent people. Have a great day. See you on the chart. Bye-bye.